Is it recording?
Dun, 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 dun.
Here we are.
And we're back. Look who's back!
No, you're interrupting my song. Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. So, who sang that song? Question for you guys. If you can figure it out,
Write in the comment section, and you will get.
a virtual beer.
Yeah, and he'll comment under your comment with a beer,
Exactly.
a virtual beer.
A virtual beer, like the ones clinking. You know.
Oh,
like-
that's a good one. That's better than the singular one, right? There's a difference. There's a difference. What's up, everybody? It's Alex Sigrist, and I'm back for another Alex Uncut Overtime featuring Mika, featuring no one else today.
Yes, I'm back.
Because that whole title exists, right, in itself. It's Alex Uncut Overtime number 7, featuring Mika, featuring whoever else happens to be there at that time. Right now, who else is in this room?
The laundry machine.
Yeah, that.
Yes, you can hear that.
That's why we're going to talk louder today and drown out that stupid S-O.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Why did the coffee file a police report?
Why did the coffee file a police report? Because it was, I don't know.
Because it was mocked.
Oh, Garrett's got competition. Garrett's got competition. Pew, pew, pew.
The YouTube pirate is striking back. I take the dad jokes.
So that's right. So Garrett's the next victim. Cedric was the first.
Yes,
Who's next?
I'm coming at you, Seti.
Seize the day.
Yeah.
How have you been? How have you been?
Busy.
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 He's been busy. I've been busy. So like for us to exactly get this moment in our schedule free was almost a miracle.
Even today, right?
Yeah, like today, like this little
it's
bit,
like I said, like, wow, 2 hours. We can do that.
and then boom, here we are. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we don't have a lot of time on our hands because we busy people and we work, and yet somehow we are wasting our time here. So hopefully you enjoy this waste of time, and if you do, y'all know what to do.
Press the like button,
Feed
subscribe,
that narcissism, subscribe, hit the bell.
the bell,
The bell, that's an important
and
one.
leave
apparently.
a comment.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, fun little fact. The bell is less important than people think. It helps, but if you already like and comment on someone's videos, you will automatically get more of those in your suggestions anyway. So the bell's cool, but just go ahead and leave a comment about why we're right and or wrong about what we're about to tell you today.
Or ask us questions.
Or ask us questions.
Okay.
So this week, we're going to be doing 2 uncuts that brings us to today. No. Yes, 15 and 16. Wait, right? Yes.
I hope so. I don't know.
So I just a second ago, before we started filming this, I did an answer to number 16, which means now we have extra leftover questions from number 16. We also have leftover questions from 15. And from next week, we will only have questions from
the current
the
week.
exact current week. So make sure to leave plenty of questions under the uncut videos. I think we're caught up. Y'all good to go? Y'all ready for this?
Let's go.
All right, so we're going to be starting off with questions from number 15, Alex Uncut. Let's go with this one first. Very simple. Kai Stone asks, mountain or beach? Beach.
Beach. Mountains are exhausting to walk up.
I like mountains, though. They're refreshing. Like you feel like you've cleaned out all the poison in your lungs from the air.
I went up to Bukhansan once, and I was dead for 3 days.
Did you get that? He said once. I like a beach because it's a weird concept, but I like the idea that when you look out at the ocean, there is nothing blocking you. There's no physical barrier, and I think that's kind of symbolic, but also frees your mind to be less constrained by like city limits.
But I could argument with being on the top of the mountain, you see everything.
That's true. Each person has their own thing.
But
a
I'm
beach.
still beach.
Yeah, still beach. We're the biggest beach people out there. If you could be, this one, I kind of answered it in the very end of the uncut. If you could be any age for a week, what age would you choose?
For 1 week?
Yeah.
Wow, I would just go back to 30s.
30s.
Yes, my birthday week with the
Oh, like
proposal.
actually
Yes,
30.
my birthday week.
Ah, because you had more that happened. What happened in that week?
Like this was my 30th birthday, and my Sujin proposed me. So
Yeah.
Perfect week.
That was a great week. I chose 8th grade because there was like an element of innocence. And like you still enjoyed laser tag. You still enjoy going to like amusement parks and doing all the rides and running around with your friends being idiots. And you're not as worried about dating and all that stuff yet. So I liked 8th grade.
That's true.
That was my thing. So next one. Let's go for this longer one.
Whoa.
Yes, it was a good one by Rob Roman. Although I should thank you to Bo Marlin and Kai Stone for the previous ones. Rob Roman was like, "Hey, you should stop explaining your channel on your channel," and I kind of agree with you on that one. But at the end of that, there was a comment that was pretty interesting. Is YouTube a lifestyle, a job, or a simple form of expression for the artist or creator in you?
I would say last. For the
Simple form of expression for the artist or creator in you.
But also a lifestyle somehow.
If you are doing this full time and you're really trying to get into it and get into all the nuts and bolts and the networking and like learning the intricacies of how to create a better video, studio, lighting, sound, it becomes a lifestyle. And when we go out, we don't do it as much. But when you're with YouTube friends, and we're with YouTube friends, the conversation goes into YouTube.
Yes, it's true.
And so it becomes a big part of your life. It's cooler than work because with work, if you talk about it like a job, like a 9 to 5, when you talk about work, you get angrier and angrier. But I still enjoy talking about YouTube, even though it probably annoys our friends that don't. So that's kind of a cool part of YouTube is I still enjoy when we bring it outside of the studio and talk about it. But we do talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
We do.
Let's see. My friend asked me this one too. When are you going to visit Vietnam?
When are you going to visit?
I think in October. I'm putting that date down, and I need to talk with some people about it first, and maybe match up some schedules here in Korea, and with some people in Vietnam. But I've got like 6 friends down there, and I keep telling them I'll visit. It's been like 6 years, and I haven't visited.
Oh, it's plenty. 6?
Yeah. They all used to be teachers in Korea.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the thing. You gonna go?
If you go, perhaps. I don't know. Although, I would. I have a very busy travel schedule this year. So.
This is one of my favorite ones. How did my comment clone? And Trilby asked it twice.
I don't know.
Clone.
I don't know.
I don't know how that happens. I think sometimes, it's just a glitch.
A glitch.
Yeah.
Your comment was too good that way.
Comment was way too good. I answered the other one with Garen about do we get too guarded, maybe?
To guard it?
Like
protect it?
Like when I was talking with Rachel, did you see that video?
I didn't see it.
Basically, it seemed like I wasn't being controversial enough, and I think it's true. I think sometimes you hold back to make sure that you don't hurt the reputations of people around you. So, towards the next question.
It's a long one again.
Oh, okay. Dennis had a couple of questions. I think we're back. We're on to number 16 now.
We're already in 16? Okay.
So the next set of uncut questions. Dennis asked about why this new English-only channel. And I might talk about this later. I have a Korean channel with way more subscribers, longer history, and I mix the languages and I use subtitles, so I could just speak in English there and add subtitles. The long story short, and tell me what you think about, as we've talked about enough, is it's 2 separate audiences. The Koreans who watch my other videos, and that's a majority of the audience. I really appreciate when foreigners watch that, but the majority of that audience is Korean. And so if I start putting content that people from other countries will like, they will not watch it, and then there will be a very low ratio of viewers to subscribers, and that just kills the channel. So you have to separate. You have to focus a channel. This one is more at people who have some interest in Korea, but are interested more in the topics, but there's still like an overlap of that. And any Koreans who want to practice English.
They can come here and watch.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
That's the main one. And I'm going to be putting up some new videos on the other channel soon. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, it's going to be a really fun one coming up in a couple of weeks.
So, couple of weeks?
Yep. It's gonna be intense. I don't have time for it. And the other one was about dogs, right?
Other one I asked
Yeah.
you, right?
The dog.
Dog culture in Korea.
You talked about with me before this. Dog cultures. They don't have big dogs here.
There's no space for big
Yeah.
dogs.
And when there is a big dog, like a nice fluffy one, everyone likes it. Everyone like goes up and pets it.
Yeah.
There's a few outside of bars. I think it helps draw people in. Most people opt for a small to mid-small size dog because they're in apartments. You can't run around. It's
I could see like in Busan, more on the side cities where like my parents-in-law live.
Yeah.
There are bigger dogs, but it's
Right.
more on the countryside already.
yeah, Jindo dogs. Jindos are pretty big. It's like the native Korean dog from Jindo, Jindokge. Those are pretty big. They're kind of like yellow labs in size, maybe a little smaller. But yeah, outside of the city is probably more. And just for anyone who's watching this video, though, they don't eat dogs. It's like the one thing that's interesting is like people who've never been to Korea, haven't read up on it. There's this idea that they still do. They're really hard to find dog restaurants.
I never seen one.
They exist, but it's really not a common practice. They love their dogs. The drinking culture, we answered. What do you think about the drinking culture?
It changed, right? Like
Yeah.
you explained in the video. Like I'm a social drinker, so I'm fine as long as you don't, I say, get wasted.
Yeah.
I'm fine with.
Can you say no to a Korean boss, do you think? Or just a partner since you work for yourself?
Like I probably wouldn't say no. Like
I probably wouldn't either. Yeah.
because like I said, I'm enjoying it. So I would.
Yeah.
If you ask me for a beer, I would drink one. Why not?
Oh man.
But I would totally respect if somebody says I'm not drinking, and
Yeah.
then I wouldn't force that person to drink.
Right. Not drinking.
Then you don't drink. I also didn't force you when you
Nope.
were on your diet. So.
Yep. If you could go back in time, this was the other one I answered, and change one thing. I said I wish I went to more of my friends' weddings, cousins' weddings. What about you?
Here I don't bother with this kind of questions. Like
The future is all we have.
It's like
Oh.
The thing is we can't go back.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to think about the past too much.
Yeah.
It's like we live in the present. The future's ahead of us. This is what we should focus on.
The hard thing about changing something in your past is that if I changed a few of those things in my past, I very well have not met Mika or not be in the relationship that I'm currently in, or I may not have the friends that I have, or may not even start a YouTube. If you change one thing, I kind of believe in the butterfly effect. You know, some decisions, not all of them, can change
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah,
But yeah,
I don't want to change a lot.
makes no sense to think about these things, in my opinion. Or with all respect,
Jerk.
of course.
Jerk.
With all respect, but focus your energy on.
Yeah. Can you recommend an age when people should get into communications and media based on your experience? Right away, if it's just generically media and communications. So separate that being in front of the screen versus writing blogs. I think even kids practice writing and reading blogs and
They
and
want
doing
to make vlogs. I've
Vlogs
heard,
as well.
I've heard from parents
Yeah.
already, like kids are really interested in doing YouTube.
had an interesting conversation lately with someone who's in coding, and he's like, it's not fair anymore because these kids come in, they've been coding since 7.
Yes.
And like they're competing against people our age,
Yes.
and they're natural because that's like their second language. So I mean, I think I personally wouldn't want my kids to go into some of the things that are all about instant gratification, like Instagram. But I think YouTube can be used the right way to learn a skill, to learn.
But I also think this is changing. I just read an article that the Instagram likes are reduced by half since 2016.
Good, I'm glad.
And they're even thinking of removing the like button. Sir.
Well, then how do I feed my narcissism over there? That doesn't make any sense. Feed
just watch
it
your
now.
picture.
Feed it now.
As long as there's a like button, like it.
I just, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
I can send you the article if I find
Yeah.
it.
Did we say why? Why? I mean, I think it's just the future. I don't know if I feel the same way about pushing kids into the idol lifestyle or big time movie stars lifestyle. It's hit or miss. You can really mess someone up for that. But I think the idea of just being in front of a camera, doing a couple of commercials here and there, I'm not opposed to it.
I agree with you.
What do you think about soju versus sake?
I like soju more.
I do like soju.
But soju is also not my drink. I like makgeolli. If it's about Korean drinks, makgeolli. That's the best.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
With dakgalbi.
Okay. That's a very good one. Last question, and we're gonna go into a serious one because leave it to 7th, but we'll do it. It's a good question. Now it stops. Oh, now the laundromat stops.
It was started.
Oh, there it is. Okay. If I was to interview a specialist with mental health or with immigration, what are the questions you would want to know?
Oh, difficult question.
I think what I want to know as someone who doesn't deal with a lot of things, I would want to know the best way to help in situations. And also let me give an example. We run across people who have bipolar disorder, or we have people with ADHD, or students with autism, and there are a lot of these things. I personally want to know more about what is the appropriate way to respond in certain situations, because as someone who doesn't have a lot of these, I don't know what I have. I've got stuff, but doesn't have a lot of these issues. To someone who doesn't have it, it's frustrating unless we understand it. And so I just need to understand, why does somebody act a certain way? What triggers it, and how can I respond? Because otherwise, as someone who doesn't have it, I just kind of get frustrated, and it's not the healthy way of dealing with it, I think.
I agree with that.
Cool.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add. Do we need to end on a happy note, sad note?
Well, this was a serious note,
This
right?
is a serious note. Mika, when are you going to be back next?
On Sunday, I guess.
Do we have time?
Feel good show. What is the clock?
Wait, no, that's the saved clock. 7:39. We'll see. Stick around, come back on Sunday and see if Mika made it back. Please, as always, try to give us some questions for the next time, or go back to the Uncut video and leave some questions. That always helps as well. Helps keep it organized a little bit. And hopefully from next week, if we have plenty of questions, we'll be going to Always Uncut on the Wednesday, 9 o'clock, and Always Uncut Overtime from the same week on Friday at 9 o'clock.
So people have just 2 days.
No. But we'll answer from the previous week.
From the previous week. Okay.
Because, secret's out. The hope is to record both the Uncut, which looks at the questions from the previous week, and then we'll also record the Uncut Overtime from those questions on the same day. So if anyone thought this was a live show, it's uncut.
It's uncut.
It's uncut. Love you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. As always, questions, comments, why do you disagree with us? Feed the narcissism, like, subscribe, hashtag. Don't forget to tell Mika who did better today.
I was better than Garen, right?
Shots fired, Garrett. I know you might watch this. I'll have to explain that next time I see him. Thank you guys for coming.
Goodbye, I'll see you.
Out of order. Garen, come back. The order is off. This is as real as it gets. No, oh crap, I'm out of order. This is Alex Uncut Overtime featuring Mika. As real as it gets. Be good, do good, and feel good. And as always, repeat. See you next time.
Goodbye, Haseo.
My man.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Goodbye. ASMR. Goodbye, Haseo.
I will swear now, so you need to cut.
No, it is.